court's right there.
All right.
Thank you. So now he's wearing another hat.
Are we good? Yeah. All right, Annika, I want to start with that last hole, number 9. When you were getting up there, did you realize where you stood on the leaderboard, or had you been looking throughout that entire round?
I haven't really been looking at all, but I remember I asked Anna, how do I find out where I stand? And then she said, yeah, you can probably ask somebody. And I said, well, there's a scoreboard up there. And then I said, I didn't come here to lay up. So I took a 3-wood and just figured I have nothing to lose. And, I had a pretty good shot at it, and then just did a little fluffer out of the rough. And then all of a sudden it was like, wow, this thing looks a little longer than I had wanted. But, I did what I could. The goal was to shoot up, under par, and I did that. And so that's all I can do. And whatever happens, happens from here. It's been great. 2 wonderful days, to play with Anna and Madeleine was also, just kind of the cream on the top. So it's been wonderful.
Yesterday we said 1 birdie is better than down on the scorecard. Today you had 3. What was that like for you once you got the ball rolling?
Yeah. Once I got it rolling, I had a lot of chances and just couldn't make him on the front. And so you put a lot of pressure on yourself knowing that, I'm not making any ground. On the contrary, if I make a bogey, then all of a sudden I'm losing a lot of ground. So I put a lot of pressure on myself. The goal was to be a little bit more aggressive. I was at times, not as much as I should have. But overall, I'm very pleased. A little chip in there didn't hurt. I look at it as a great round, and, I'm not going to analyze it too much.
Before I open it up for questions over there in the scoring tent, I know Will gave you one of the biggest hugs I think I've ever seen. What did it feel like when they came up to you telling you, we're just so proud of you, Mom?
Yeah, no, my kids are huggers, and so is my husband, so I appreciate the hugs. It means a lot to have the support and have the love, and just knowing they're out here. And today they should have been in school, but they were not, and I think they're having a good day, so everybody's happy.
All right, we'll open it up. Beth Ann?
Yeah, Annika, can you tell us about your conversation with Dan, the rules official, after the round?
With whom?
The rules official after the round.
Oh, yeah, he came up to me, and, yesterday on number 5, when I hit that, when I hooked it, I should say, when I was next to the fence, and we were just discussing the rules, and he was there to help me, and he asked a few questions, and but, I followed his directions, and so he wanted to apologize. He said he was wrong. I could have opened the gate and I could have played, but, he said, this is going to hurt me. This is eating me inside. And I said, please don't feel that way. I appreciate it. He said, I won't make that mistake again. And I said, well, I won't hit there anymore. So, those things happen. The rules have changed. It's the way it goes.
Did you go to rules school one time,
I did. I went to rule school a long time ago. I'm not even sure it's even relevant at this point. But I did because I wanted to be able to know the rules. I wanted to be able to use them, as an advantage. I think it's important to know what you're doing, especially if you're doing this for a living. You should know what's right or not. But I have to admit I'm not as briefed as I should be. So when he stood there, I, trusted him, and that was it.
All right, Amy.
Just to follow up to that, will you take a little bit closer look at those rules now before the U.S. Women's Open this summer? U.S. Senior?
I should, yeah. It's a tricky rule. It's not something, I believe he said it changed in 2019. So, even the people that in the industry might even have a little difficulty knowing. So, it is what it is. We all learn, and that's what makes these rules a little tricky. So, but yeah, I should at least know how to do the basic things.
Just one other.
To stay next week in Ocala?
Mike. Thank you, though.
Just one other question. Can you just take us through your feelings compared to yesterday? I know you said you were pretty nervous. How did you feel today?
Yeah, I felt really good. I didn't do any meditation today. It was too early, really. Teeing off at 8 makes it an early morning. I just went out here and said, I'm just going to play it's been a beautiful day. No wind, no nothing. The greens were soft. Everything was just perfect. I said, just go out there and play and enjoy the company and enjoy the people out here. And I did. I hit some really good shots, I thought. And I wasn't as protective today as I was yesterday. Yesterday I was trying to just maybe play overly smart. Today just kind of release the club a little bit more, and so I think that worked out.
If you were back yesterday on 5 and could have moved the gate, what would you have done if that option? What kind of shot did you have?
141, 161.
Okay, there you go. It was, I dropped it, as you know, only 2 club lengths away, so I think the line would have been the same. if I would have opened the gate and it would have stayed there, actually, this 2 gate, I was almost in the middle and it wouldn't have touched the ball. Who knows? I mean, for a fact, I wouldn't have dropped. So that's one shot. So we'll see. Yeah.
Can you tell us about the chip in real quick?
Yeah, chip in number 7. That hole is just is playing really long for me. It has the last month or so, and hooked my drive a little bit, and then took a 5-wood to try to punch it under a tree and went to the right. And I have to admit, I've practiced that shot quite a bit because that's there are a few divots there. A lot of those divots are mine. I've been out there. I happen to end up there a lot. So it's I took my 58 degree. I picked a spot, and I know it's coming right to left, and luckily hit the middle of the flag and went in. And I was kind of relieved, and because sometimes you need that little momentum. I always felt like every birdie putt I had, it felt so forced. This one just kind of happened, and then it was great going to 8, knowing I was doing quite well.
All right. Any other questions? One, just to wrap it up here, Annika,
Yeah.
what would it mean to you to be able to play the weekend here at your home course?
Well, I was planning on taking Ava to volleyball tomorrow, but I might have to have somebody else take her. No, I mean, kidding aside, it's it's just a bonus. It really is. There's nothing I can do at this point. I'm going to grab some, a nice lunch and hang out with some friends and family, and we'll see what happens. It's been a lot of energy put into these 2 days, so hopefully get a good night's rest, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.